have to like talk about this week or whatever, but I forgot this all start with like me throwing away my Alexa.
Yeah. Let's start there. Let's start there. Mike Padone sent me a video of him asking his Alexa over and over again to play X Gonna Give It To You. And his Alexa kept responding, sounds like you're trying to be political, on that political kick again or something, like over and over again.
Yeah,
And then it played some random different song.
Looks like we're still on that political rap roll. Here's Never Recover by Lil Baby, Gunna, and Drake on Apple Music.
it kept saying, it sounds like you're on a political rap roll. Play X Gonna Give It To You by DMX.
Looks like we're still on that political rap roll. Here's Never Recover by Lil Baby, Gunna, and Drake on Apple Music.
For the listeners, every time I was attempting to play the song X Gonna Give It To You, I was like, Alexa, play X Gonna Give It To You. It would say, hey, sounds like you're on a political rap kick. Let's keep it rolling. And it would start playing the song.
Why does the name of the song matter?
The name of the song matters is I want to say it on the podcast because I want the internet to tell me if there's something about this song that like Alexa would want me to hear this. Do you know what I mean?
Here's Never Recover by Lil Baby, Gunna, and Drake on Apple Music.
Never Recover by Lil Baby, Gunna, and Drake. Drip harder. Maybe the song's Drip harder, or is the song Never Recover?
I don't know. But like,
does drip harder mean like make more money?
I think probably. I think drip will.
Was it insulting?
So like what I think so because like your drip, right? Your drip is like how you're dressed. You're like if your drip's good, you're looking good. Yeah. So like
dude,
like,
you need your drip ain't hard enough, bro. You gotta drip harder.
Dude, what's also funny is like that was the first rap song I had requested. I requested Let's Impeach the President by Neil Young, which you know.
And it said looks like you're on that political rap roll.
No, and it let me listen to that and let me listen to Fortunate Son by Creedence, and then it was like after Fortunate Son by Creedence is when it said, sounds like you're on a rap kick when I asked for DMX. And started playing that Little Baby song, Drippin' to Drip City.
They also know how to like get you too, right? Like the free ad tiers know how to get you because they'll get you like, they know which song you want to play at what time you want to play it. So, especially if you have like any sort of trend, like if you in your before this moment, if you were listening to X Gonna Give It To You at least once a week, they have enough keyword search on you to know the most probable time, like down to the hour of the time that you would ask to listen to that song, and on what date that you would ask to listen to that song. So they would know, they would let you play all the songs full well knowing that you want X Gonna Give It To You at some point. And they're like, that's the one he plays the most. That's the one that like he plays at least once a week. And when he asks for it, we're not going to give it to him because he's going to have to pay to go make the ads go away. I guarantee it. That's the business model. 100% the business model. Why else would they be listening to us? People,
but no, well,
sorry, I was going to say people complain about surge pricing. That shit right there, that is scarier than any type of like surge pricing.
I don't think you're wrong, but this was specifically Amazon's new Alexa with like the AI integration, because for like several weeks or whatever, it was like I'd be like, turn the light off, and she was like, I have a new voice, and I'd go, shut up.
Yeah, but the only reason
it updated and started doing,
I know, but
I was using my Apple Music, which isn't. I was just using it to control my Apple Music, which they gave me a free month of.
Yeah, but
so like I had the ad-free music.
I have this feeling ever since Apple TV became a TV streaming thing that they have been sharing data, because Amazon will showcase they'll show like AMC streaming service, they'll show Apple streaming service, they'll show them all, and you can access it
more than their own. It's like,
I know, so there has to be a reason for that.
Amazon Prime is like a commercial.
The way I see it is, if you read like a couple, I'm gonna say I'm read a ton of books on AI, but in almost every one of those books, like the big thing about large language models, AI, if that's really what's going to be AI, which it seems like they're going to market that way until it either pops or it works. But the point is that in order for it to work, it has to be like the most open source it could be. So as much as these people are like, look at all this circular finance, and it's like, yeah, but I guarantee you, these like the Mag 7 is just like open the floor. Like you can look at my data if I look at your data. You can look at my data if I look at your data. There's like all these, they're sharing all this stuff. That's why like Google is doing the large language model for Apple. So now that, and wait a minute, also
Yeah.
that's the same as the search bar thing. Also, those two own the whole freaking market as far as cell phones.
Well,
And Amazon also your TV is a Google TV. But then you have Amazon Prime app on there. That's also pushing Apple. Like
yeah.
it's all connected,
It's
bro.
vertical, and it's like this is the end result of like this vertical, and like when they stopped being like, you can't be a monopoly, you can't own a bunch of the same thing. They were like, oh well, what if instead of going horizontally, we went vertically and we all owned it this way instead, right? Because I was thinking like, if you didn't know what was going on and you would look at stuff, you'd be like, nothing's really changed. Marvel's one company and DC's another company and Warner Brothers is one company and Disney's another company and Comcast is one. It's like, yeah, but now they're the same companies vertically instead of horizontally. It's the same thing. They did it again.
I did it.
Like, I don't believe anything you said about Costco. You know what I mean? I not think you're lying to me. You know what I mean? I have no trust of any of this stuff, right?
Well, what I can tell you from consumer trends right now, their e-commerce is like expected to grow to like, and what you got to realize is everything is built on forecast, and forecast either come true eventually or they try to make them come true.
That's
This is one of those ones that's coming true, and it's like it's an early read. Like I know it, so it's Amazon, Walmart, Instacart, but most of the advertising for that is going to be on those three platforms, and Costco is going to have to get in that arena because they're going to have to compete against Walmart. It's only a matter of time. My point being is that like if you're publicly traded and you know the next narrative, like
yeah.
for growth, that's where it's coming from because there's not like some random dude's just gonna come out and be like, "This is they're paying millions of dollars to know what the fucking next move is." Like and this
Yeah.
is they've decided it's this.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you wrap it all the way back to like the start of the Patreon or whatever, right? Like now, do they even need to pay if they're just freely sharing their information with each other, right? They're
So
like going to be
I
coming
get
to
what
the
you're
same
saying.
decisions,
So that's
right?
that's that. So my industry is consumer staples and like consumer cyclical things. Whereas like where we talk about where they're sharing all the data and stuff and like eating each other's poop and whatnot, that is only big tech because that's all in the Silicon Valley. Like if you notice the ones that are all working together, they're all in California, Silicon Valley, mostly.
I mean, who's running the e-commerce?
Walmart would murder millions of people before they give anyone their data. Like and shared it. I know that for a fact. Like they would not do that. They're the OGs. They set
Does
the
Walmart have
standard.
their own servers?
Yeah, dude. Walmart is huge, dude. Their
Really?
headquarters. Yeah, it's like people. You think
You don't think that-
Google's campus is big? Go into freaking.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I know they are. I'm like, I guess as you say it, I guess that makes total sense. I like that they wouldn't just be. I bet you could get into them. You know what I mean? I bet it's not
No,
like that.
no,
but
they're
I
not going to
understand
share
what you're
with their
saying.
competitors. They're not going to do that because they're
Yeah.
actually competing. Whereas, like big tech doesn't. Big tech gets away
Yeah,
not
they're not
competing
competing at all.
because the administration that writes the rules doesn't know that they're not competing.
I know
They don't
it's-
understand
it seems-
technology.
It does seem like at some point, right? If you could like bring in like the realm of like the political, at some point, like don't some of these like actual companies have to like stand up and be like, excuse me, can we have like some rules where like these people aren't actually selling stuff? We need those customers to buy our real things. We can't be having like all these markets. They need to lobby
So,
back
and
harder or something.
well,
you know what I mean?
It comes down to it comes down to what's it called? Like security, secured what
Exchange?
No, not security exchange, but it's what are the laws that antitrust laws? That's what it comes down to. A great
Yeah.
example of like an antitrust that probably should have gone through but didn't because of quote unquote AI is that Google probably should have been broken up and YouTube should be its own social media platform. But instead, Google owns it now, and now like Meta doesn't really have competition. You know, because like it's like Google's so a part of everything that like YouTube's not really a threat to Facebook because it's a part of Google. But if YouTube was its own company, it would be a threat to Meta.
Right.
So like there's something
Yeah.
called the conglomerate discount effect. So the more a conglomerate gets bigger, the less it's actually being valued at fair price. So if they were to actually break it up, it would create more opportunity for everyone. And they say everyone, but it's like to invest in the separate entities because now there's more competition. And as somebody who works in category management, it is true. The more competition you have on the shelf, it does bring down prices or better promotion to bring down price to get more people to buy. But when there's less competition, which is why everybody hates on big tech right now, they have so much pricing power. It's the same reason why semiconductors are going through the roof because all these hyperscalers are using it for AI. That's why your next Xbox or your Steam Deck or your PlayStation is going to cost you $2,000 because they need those for the server racks to get more data on you to then sell you more stuff at higher prices. They need to be broken up, is my point. So that the stuff comes back down so that new companies we can invest in the new companies and that the prices can come down. But they won't do it.
They're not going to break them up, though. They're not going to do it. Why? Like, because so much of that money is filtering to, like, politics.
And people's retirement. Our Gen X and Boomers' retirements right now. And my retirement. And your retirement. If you're listening, probably your retirement. Because the reality is, if the population declines, there's no more Social Security, nothing going into Social Security. The Social Security that's going to dry up. And then what's the next thing? What's the next Social Security that's going to take care of people? It's going to be the S&P 500. No, it's the hardest thing to beat. Most people can't beat it. So it tells me that it's just everybody's just going to feed their money into it. And it's either it gets so much big that all of us retire like we live in the 1950s thinking we all have money, but really we all just have the same shit. Or it completely fails. Those are the two scenarios I see.
Well, that's what the war in Iran is, right? Is like if they could get some more real resources, they could float this for another X number of decades, right? Like the problem is we're running into a problem of like they need to have a breakthrough or an inflection of cash somehow, some way, right? Like there's like something's going on here where it's like one of the, you do think about, or I do anyway, about like it will not be the same thing and it won't look the same thing, right? But like in the Great Depression, it's just like one too many people running on one too many banks at the wrong time. And like it just panic and it all just like falls apart, right?
I think what happens is in my opinion, and I'm not smart enough to prove this. I've seen some information on like why.
Well, you're saying you're recording it, so then we'll have said you proved it when it happens.
Yeah, let's say that I do prove it. But I think Iran is like one of the. I was listening to a woman speak about how the biggest play for cryptocurrency and stable coins is dealing with Iran and the Middle East because they're the biggest factor of leakage due to their alliances with mostly Russia and some other nations. But like they make the drones for Russia and they ship like a ton of oil to Russia. So I don't know. Maybe this is Trump's way of getting back at Putin.
Probably the oil, right? It's always the oil.
Always the oil.
It's the oil.
Right.
It's the oil.
But the point being is like, if that, like the leakage of the US dollar, like using like the BRICS currency, what they're always fearing about, which is BRICS currency, is there's like 6 nations that want to go back to gold or something. But basically, this is a choke point to, if they can take it over, like, then we're all going to like CBDCs and like Bitcoin becomes a thing. Basically, so they can tokenize the stock market onto the blockchain so that this keeps going on and say that there's like trillions of dollars in value made up of fake internet money that's creating yield backed by Bitcoin or in stable coins that you can use at a certain time when we tell to use them, but you can't make any yield on them because the government knows them. And
there was...
Who knows? It's all fucking funny internet made up money.
At some point, Donald Trump did say at some point that he always does what he says. So listen to this.
Oh God.
That he was going to use Bitcoin to pay off the national debt.
Yeah, we'll see.
right? So like, I mean, if they could do what you're saying and be like, here's all this fake money, and just go,
That's what I've
and
been
now we don't
thinking,
know
bro.
anything
That's what I've been
more.
thinking. That's
Like,
the only.
yeah,
I mean,
like
that's how you keep the cycle going, right?
yeah, right. That's it. I mean, welcome to the economy of nothing, where we just bitch and moan for an hour, then tell you what the future
I
is.
know.
Welcome to the future, the distant future, where we're already right.
All right. Well, I just convinced myself to buy Circle stock because that's the stock that makes the USDC stablecoin, and I'm like, okay, well, if this happens, that's going to be a
I
major
mean,
benefactor.
it does. Like, I mean, when you say it, like, Mike,
Yeah.
honestly, when you said that, and I just went to that thought, and I'm like, and I said it on the thing, but I'm like, yeah, but he always does what he says.
Yeah.
So like, he's probably in an Epstein-esque call or whatever, right? You know,
Yeah.
when the Illuminati,
When
when the Dark Orbit
when the
meets,
Rothschilds are like, bro, you got to fix this. All right. Like, there's only four
they,
people
they
that
call
own all
together
the
the
money,
Dark.
and we loan it out to
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, the Dark Orbit comes to the table, right? And they're all sitting there and arguing or whatever, and they're telling them like what's going to happen. And but Trump's not paying attention, so he just hears like everything you said, and he was like, "Bitcoin national debt, got it." You know, what I mean?
I'll figure it out.
He forgets
I'll figure
it.
it
He
out
says
later.
it some other
Yeah,
time, like
yeah.
yeah, just like totally yeah, no. Like, because it does sound like a thing that like someone half heard in a meeting once, right? Yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
because it's not like, yeah, that's what half of it does sound like, a plan that someone half heard, like, while they weren't paying attention, right? Like,
I think it's funny. Because if that's true,
I mean,
then get ready because the economy of nothing gonna keep
Mike,
on
I tell you
nothing,
what,
and you better get that
if
job at Costco, Mike.
I mean, but here's the thing, right? Is they always need useful stooges. So if we can just keep calling this stuff, like they need someone to pretend, like, you know, I can be the next guy that like is holding, you know, telling truth to power. That's who could be me. You know what I mean? But we'll be cool. You know what I mean? It'll be
I will
fun
say
jokes.
though that like if one of these things goes, I should just start talking about my philosophy on investing and what I think is going to go up over time. And if we get one of them right, we're definitely going to go viral. Not financial advice, right? But
Not financial
yeah,
advice.
yeah,
Well, you know, it's so weird when I'm like, I was going through as all this stuff was happening this week, and I was like, just kind of checking all the settings, right? Because the apparatus was here, it worked, right?
yeah.
A thing hit and it all like went out, and and I'm like, yeah, what genre of what the fuck is this? But like, it's a behind the scenes podcast about animation where we at no point ever talk about the animation or the show. Right? You know, it's so weird.
I think that you can't force. Like I know that you're. This is why if you worked at Costco, this wouldn't be a problem because not every
But no,
episode you would feel the need. Like the reason I'm going to say this. The reason on the Colbert Report, Tech Jensen, the cartoon was so funny and nostalgic and like just resonates with you so much and all the people that loved it is because there's only like 7 episodes of it and it came out randomly, usually when they didn't have a story. And that's kind of what like Jon Stewart does with his Air Bud Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. And that they hit every time because it's like, well, if he had to do an Air Bud segment every like quarter, it wouldn't be as funny. Or if like Rick and Morty had to do a Morty's Mind Blowers or, you know, Interdimensional Cable every time, it wouldn't be as funny. So it's like, maybe these type of episodes are that, or maybe these are the episodes that kind of like give you that sense of like, okay, I need this for my own psyche. And in a lot of ways, maybe it's therapy. Just talking about the bullshit of the real economy that's bullshit that helps inspire the economy of nothing, you know?
Well, I mean, honestly, like, no, I mean it in like a good way. I like that, like, this is just what it, like, it, because this is what it is, right? And like, you don't really need to know that it's like, Mike, I don't really have anything for this week, but I didn't get to do anything I wanted to last week. So I think we're going to be going down the same road, but it should look a lot better and there should be more camera angles, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Which is like, because I didn't get to put any of it in there. But yeah, I think, speaking of the economy of nothing, like, subscribe, share, review.
Let's put it at the end.
Tell people at some point. Do you know? Should we mention like the Patreon and stuff or any of that?
Guys,
I think I'll mess.
Patreon. Come on. $3
Yeah.
a month.
How
Just
much
do it.
money? How much money should the top one be? Because like you can't just be like, there's not like a donate anything, and I like want to put a large amount, but I don't. But like, do you know what I mean? But what's a large amount someone would actually like goofily? You know, does that make any sense? Like, what's not too big of a number, but not too small of a number? We don't need anyone to pay it. We just need to have it there.
I've always liked
Yeah,
the number.
I'll do whatever you say on the podcast is what
I've
it's going to
always
be. So
liked the
don't worry about it.
number 17.
17.
Yeah, I know. It's just a fun number. I think it's a number that feels like just enough that somebody would pay it.
Okay. The max anyone can give us so they get to be a producer on the podcast for $17. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Go to patreon.com. And find us. Do that, obviously. And then give us $17.
And you get to have an producer credit. And one day when Netflix buys us, maybe you'll get like 0.00001 royalty.
Nothing. You're getting nothing.
You're getting nothing.
Okay.
You're getting nothing. Yeah.
You're going to get an email from me that says, "Welcome to Economy of Nothing. Remember, you got this email." Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That like does think that like, you know how so like you're like we're in the Matrix. I'm like, well, though I do think that like corporations are a trap though. Like, do you know what I mean? Like there is a part of
I think anybody that has like a standard level of conscious thinking, that is anybody that questions if the voice in their head is actually their voice. That's the barometer if I know that if you think this question happens or not. I think if you can ask yourself that question, then you know that the world you live in is the rules are designed to keep you in it. It is a little bit of a matrix, if not fully at times. It especially feels like it right now. I know that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a very interesting conversation. I'll probably keep all of it in. I think it's great. But like the real thing we need to do right now is say some real like in the last like couple minutes, just like say some like famous people and famous places, just like things that we can like make sure we have in the tag, like Barack Obama. Sylvester Stallone. Don't just say the same people. Hillary Duff. DUI for Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Britney Spears got a DUI. Damn girl, what's up?
What's up? We all knew you were crazy. We seen the videos.
What else happened? Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has got bought by Paramount, and they're going to keep it. They're going to join them into two things. So there will be two streaming services: Paramount Plus and Disney Plus, and then NBC. Whatever NBC, keep doing you, man. Maybe I need. They did steal my thing though. Anyway, we'll talk about that now. We won't bring up plagiarism.
Poly Markets and Kalshi. They are everybody's trying to defend them, or people are using them, acting like it's not gambling. It's totally gambling. I mean, investing can be gambling at times, but this betting on like the future outcomes of like society and stuff like that's definitely gambling. It's not healthy. You should stop using those prediction markets. Also,
thankfully, Polymarket. Yeah. Polymarket and the other one.
Yeah, Kalshi.
I'll say anything you want. I think you're great. I think you're the best. Give me money. I'm telling you. I will tell the kids on the street, hey, you guys download on your phone? Shit, I'll do it. You know what I mean? For money.
Man. It won't work at Costco,
though. I think, what? Oh, you don't like capitalism, Mike? They just found a hole in the market and they're filling it. You know what I mean?
I hate that line.
Addiction.
I hate it. Yeah, entrepreneurs.
But this is all.
This is their advice. Find a need, fill it. Find a need, fill it. And it's like, my need is to kill you, and I'm gonna fill it.
Whoa, Mike. Let me be entrepreneurs. I love you. You give me some of your money,
but I won't work at Costco.
How? Okay, I'm going to put this out in all of our new Instagram.
I'm just kidding. Don't.
First of all, Mike, we have to do one thing. Greenie, say hi to everyone on Instagram.
Hi, everyone on Instagram.
Look at these thousands of people on Instagram. What was the question I was going to ask you? I don't remember. It was going to be good, though. How do we get venture cap? Instagram, how do I get venture capital money? Greenie, do you know?
Hold on.
I'd like some venture capital, please.
The answer says, you already have to be rich to get venture capital money.
Excuse me, internet. Mike, I'm talking to Instagram. Instagram, Comment below. Venture capital, please. Reddit was no help.
Hashtag Andreessen Horowitz. Hashtag Elon Musk. Hashtag NFT. Hashtag Doge.
Hashtag not my Carrie.
Hashtag
Parentheses Jim, so that people don't think I'm talking about John. Anyway.
hashtag Michael
Have you seen
Scott.
John Kerry lately? Oh, my Office. Ron Burgundy.
Hashtag Beats Bears Battlestar Galactica.
I don't think people are hashtagging anymore.
Really
Brady.
not,
I think
man.
the kids.
They
I think the kids are
the-
all about lowercase letters and Polymarket.
and
Join
and
that.
not putting LOL behind any text messaging.
I've stopped doing that. You know what I mean? I'm too cool.
No, you have to do that
cool
because
for
you're in
that.
the game. You in the game of getting the, the fox and the hen.
No, I've
house.
stopped LOLing. Yeah, I think you'll. I sound like you LOLs because you're an old man. I need you to know I'm joking. You know what I mean? You're not cool
I don't give a fuck about sending LOLs. I don't care. You can suck it up and deal with it. I've been saying
Yeah.
LOL for a long time, and I'm not gonna stop.
I know.
Just like my mom
Never
won't stop
stop.
doing passive aggressive thumbs up.
I know.
I guess deep
Listen,
down
we're creatures of
we will
habit.
never change.
It was crazy. That's what. Next week we'll talk about Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities.
Tale of two
Anyway,
titties.
I think I
you know
said-
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Titties, like titties.
honestly, like kind of a story about kind of just one set of titties. Anyway, they love
two
the same
titties
woman.
is one
Anyway,
person. Hopefully.
two titties. Okay, yeah, two titties
What if,
is
what if
one
it's
person.
two
Those-
uniboob titties, like twins with uniboobs, like one boob, one big.
what
boob.
movie is that where she has three boobs?
Oh, I know that answer. It is, dude. Where's my car?
Total. Oh, I was saying she has three boobs and dude, where's my car?
Zoltan. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I think I'm thinking of Total Recall, but you could be right. I bet there's more than one movie where a girl has three boobs. Honestly,
Hold on.
would be my guess. All right, everyone, we've been recording a long time, but what we need to do is figure out what. Hey, Instagram, are you still? How long can an Instagram video be? Also, I would share an image where it says before I said that posing, I had 4 minutes on Instagram that week, which I think is very fun.
4 minutes.
Did we tell everyone to like, subscribe, share, review? Go to Patreon.
EconomyofNothing.com.
How many boobs?
No, you're
Mikey?
right. Total Recall is definitely the one I was thinking of.
Act like I don't know where you can find.
Check
three
it out,
boobs.
butthead. This chick has 3 boobs.
Listen, I'm a red-blooded man.
Oh,
I
the
know
Fifth Element
where
has
there's
3 boobs. Blade Runner might have 3 boobs.
Who has 3? What Fifth Element has 3 boobs?
I don't know. Sorry,
Does
that's
that
just
alien squid lady have 3
no,
boobs?
people also search these, but I mean, I would believe that the Fifth
Dude,
Element.
it's
there's
so
a third
crazy.
boob in that.
Is it? Dude, I'll say one last thing about the Fifth Element. That opening sequence is too fucking long. I always thought I was like, doesn't this movie not get good until it's over? Till like a certain part.
It's
I'm like,
because Bruce
oh,
Willis was big, and it's just like Bruce Willis.
well, no, before he gets there, there's a part in a temple. It's like 20 minutes,
Oh
dude.
yeah, I
it's
forgot
crazy.
about that
I'm
part.
like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
and it's like a
So
giant
it's
like goose alien guy talking to like a hieroglyphic.
I ended
guy.
up like fast forwarding through it. I was like, no, I kind of wanted to see the fun movie I remembered. Like I must have never seen that
I
part. It
remember
was so
it
long.
like now, like it's actually sad. Like the aliens were like trying to like give good information,
Yeah.
and of course we fucked it up and
Yeah.
like shot them and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's probably
They're
something
trying to
in
tell
that.
what
I
the
just
Fifth
wanted to
Element
skip over there.
is, I think, to the guy, and then
Yeah.
that guy gets
It's
murdered
love.
for money.
Sorry, spoilers.
Spoilers if you haven't seen the Fifth Element. by now.
Spoilers.
What a great,
All right.
great movie reference.
Maybe next week we'll get these packages to that castle. Though I think we'll be somewhere else doing something else because I have an idea.
And you know what?
See you next week.
I just go wherever the credits are.
Hey, $17 get your name in the credits. Patreon.com. All right, economyofnothing.com. Whatever you want to do. All right.